This is a book about the past, but it's about the present. It's about where we're going and kind of what the country's future is. And if you think about it, I would argue that the inability of the government to fix this borrowing debt deficit issue is the number one problem facing the country. In the book, Vice President Biden's chief of staff, Bruce Reed, runs around and says it was an economic Cuban Missile Crisis in 2011. That's exactly what it's going to be next year. And there is so much evidence that it's the biggest threat to the future of the country. It's something that has to be fixed. We are on the path to becoming Europe and Greece. You just can't keep borrowing money. There's a spending addiction in this country, and we need some sort of intervention, serious intervention. I remember for a book I did called The Agenda on Bill Clinton, and it was about his economic plan. I interviewed him once, and it was on background, but he's talked about it, so I have talked about it. And you go into the Oval Office, and this was early 1994, and Clinton drills you with this eye contact that is absolutely a gravitational force. I've never seen anyone maintain eye contact like Bill Clinton, and it's unblinking. And he just stares, and of course it creates a sense of intimacy. It slows time down, and I remember thinking, this eye contact is amazing. And somebody later suggested to me, said, well, he wanted to be president ever since he was 5. And he decided to contribute all organs in the body to the task. Including the eyes. And you can train yourself, you just don't blink. And so we're going through this, and I thought, oh, wow, this is a great interview, and he's so focused. I even started thinking, oh, he realizes how brilliant my questions are. Which they weren't. And I left this and thought, oh, there's this amazing interview, and I went back and had somebody transcribe it, and I read the transcript without the eye contact, and it was mush. He didn't say anything new, didn't say anything that was particularly useful. I think I used one sentence in the whole book from the interview. But, and here's the essence of the Clinton communication style, it felt good. It felt wonderful. And if you look at the Reagan tapes, when he was president, everyone called him the great communicator. He's a nothing compared to Clinton. I've often said if somebody came from another planet to the United States and spent a year and then went back to, say, Mars, and they said, who are the people who have the best jobs in America? The interplanetary visitor would say, oh, the journalists. Why? Because as a journalist, you get to make momentary entries into people's lives when they're interesting, and when they're boring, get out. There's no other profession where if you're a lawyer, you're stuck with clients, it may be boring. If you're a doctor, you're stuck with patients, it may be routine. In journalism, the question every morning when you go to work or whenever it is, what's going on that has meaning, and what don't we know about?